and welcome back to the Killarney Whistler. Today we're going to be doing a little basics video about ornamentation, which is also known as the fancy stuff in the tune. But today we're only be doing the cuts and the rolls. I'm going to show you how to play them. You're going to practice them at home, I hope, and I'll give you some examples, and we will learn from there. So, cuts are the simplest form of ornamentation that people learn. It is used in most tunes, and often used when there are two of the same note next to each other. Okay, let's see if you can find the cut in this little part of a tune called the butterfly. It's really simple. I have the tutorial up if you want to learn it, but for now you're just gonna look for or hear the cut. So I don't know if you heard that, but there was a part near the end where there were two Ds. They were high Ds. And for that, you don't want to just, because that is so-called boring. So what I do is I cut it. And in order to do that, instead of playing, you kind of go up one note, but really quickly. So you take your finger off the hole for half a second, like. That's the basic of it. What I did was a little bit more complicated, but that's only because I like it the other way. But you can also do it with any of the fingers above, because it's a cut, and all you need is a little bit of air, and then you have to go back to the regular note. I hope that makes sense. So to put that slowly for you, we're just gonna do what I did, but really slowly. So it's gonna look like something like this. It's more of like a little jump, you know, that your whistle's doing. So let some air in and then go back to the regular note. So you're just gonna go as many times as you can until you get faster at it. Then you can do it in the song, like so. Like so. So it sounds kind of better in my opinion, but if you don't want that, that's okay too. There's many other places to put the cuts. But that is the most common place to put them. If you have two notes next to each other and you don't want them sounding so stagnant and it doesn't sound too good, so you just want it to flow more instead of being more choppy. I know this is like a short way of explaining the cut. I know there's more thorough ways, but this is the basic understanding of it, in my view, and I hope that you got that. If you didn't, I'll make a different video, just comment below. Anyways, let's move on to rolls, but you can always go back to the cuts to practice those. So, in a roll, you kind of have a cut in a way, but the basic algorithm or way you make a roll is you start off with a note, choose any note. Let's start with E, because I like E. And we're going to go from E to F to E to D to E. So in other words, your bass note is going to be E. You have E, then you're going to go up to the higher note, then back to E, then down to the lower note, then back to E. So if you're in doubt, go to E. Very slowly, a roll should sound like, or a little bit faster. If you can hear it, you can hear the roll in many other songs, like, I hope you saw that. Very slowly, it would go like, if you saw my fingers go up one, but back to the regular, down one, back to the regular, that's because it did, and that was a roll. So let's learn it. So, let's start off with E. I hope you have your whistles with you. Okay, so basically we're gonna continuously do until you get that in your head. and you're going to keep on getting faster at that. Now the key to a roll is the first note is a little bit longer, so once you get that basic little down, then you can start to add the longer first note, the first note being the bass note E. So it would sound like, of course it's not that much longer, but you want to emphasize it so your mind remembers it. That's pretty much how it goes. You know, like in writing, when you want to remember a word when you're little, you would write it down 3 times so that you can remember it. The more times you write it down, the more you get it in your mind. At least, that's the theory. So, now we have, and you can keep on getting faster at that until you have the basic roll. Once you have the basic roll, you're pretty much ready to do a song. You can go anytime you want in the song. Mostly it's used when there's 3 notes that you want to change into a roll. Okay, so all in all, in summary, in a cut, you want to lift up your finger quickly, and that'll create a cut. For a roll, you just want to go bass note, 1 above, bass note, 1 below, bass note. That may seem complicated, but it's not once you get it. And remember, the first note, the bass note, is always going to be longer. So, if you just keep practicing that, and you get faster at it, then you can introduce it to songs, and you'll have a more flowy and Irish-sounding song. You'll sound more like a professional. Okay, that's all from me, and I hope you enjoyed this and learned something, especially. So, I hope you like this down below, and comment if you did find this helpful, because that's always fun to respond to. Subscribe if you liked it and want more helpful tips, or twin whistle tutorials, because that is my specialty, as people know. And goodbye.